Legend has it that Jeremiah Bishop rode all of this. All right, what's up, dudes? So this morning I'm headed out to Pilot Rock here in Pisgah National Forest, out by the Cradle of Forestry, dude. And I'm meeting up with Cypress Gorry, who is a pro-level rider and tour guide around here with Bike Farm, if you do a tour around here in Pisgah. We're going to go and try to break down the technique for cleaning the switchbacks at the top of Pilot Rock, because I just shot the stage race, the Pisgah Stage Race. The rock garden at the bottom of Pilot Rock gets a lot of hype as if it's some big crux make or break move on Pilot, where I see people struggle more with the switchbacks above that rock garden. The rock garden, you might have to put a foot down, you might have to walk, but if you're walking every switchback above, there are these real rocky, you know, tricky, they're all kind of puzzles, these switchbacks up there. I think if people kind of had a basic idea of how to approach them, they'd have a much higher success rate in cleaning those switchbacks. And some of them are just undeniably tricky. And so if you specifically remember which switchback we're working on and then how to approach it, then you're golden. But short of that, I think just having, you know, better idea of how to approach these things will benefit a lot of people who are racing the stage race or just riding Pilot Rock. All right, so I'm gonna go pick up Cypress. I'm already running late as per usual, and we're gonna go and play around on some tricky switchbacks, dude. All right, see ya.
Like, it's super long, but there's so many just like smooth, beautifully contouring sections.
Ah, shit. So in the race, how do you try to ride this stuff, or you preemptively dismount and kind of cyclocross it?
Depends on the conditions.
All right, so Cypress, talk to me about riding up Laurel in a race situation with all these slick rock moves.
Yeah, trying to stay on your line as much as you can. In the race, Laurel is extra hard because you're moving at race pace. You're kind of always on the limit. So trying to find that maybe just under the limit where you can actually execute the moves that you want still is a big piece of it. There's a lot of stuff that's just kind of awkward coming up. So making sure that you're on it and paying attention.
I call it rockwood.
Rockwood.
So
yes.
during the race though, like do you try to ride these things, or do you like preemptively hop off?
Yeah, something like this piece I would ride, or at least try to ride. Most of the stuff, if it's a dry day, I would try to ride. If it's the wet, that changes it a little bit. But yeah, dry days, I'll give most things a try.
Is today a dry day or a wet day?
Today's a dry day.
It's a dry day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of these rocks have
some things are always wet. Yeah.
I just wanted to note that this part of Laurel is really easy. Like, I didn't even realize we're just spinning along on pretty much flat ground with no rocks. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that went better than last time. But that is a not a race day move, I don't think. Yeah, this definitely feels like the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
This is so pleasant right here. This isn't even the hike-a-bike yet. Oh, nice. But wait, is this hike-a-bike or no?
Yeah.
Okay, it is the hike-a-bike. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh, but you've just got like the pitch. I mean, that's not gonna read on camera, but the pitch is just nasty. Like back there, I'd feel like less of a tool if I had a full face helmet and goggles hanging off my bike, you know.
Oh,
So I'm just enduro in this. I have no intention of riding up this.
yeah, this part.
Oh, my legs are crying out in pain just watching. All right, so kind of give me what are your thoughts on the Pilot descent? How do you think about this thing?
Come stage race time, you've got to have some energy left. I mean, it's a big, long, chunky descent, and if you're no energy at the top of it, you're going to be suffering. So coming into it, having a little bit of reserves is definitely a good thing. Having the confidence that you can ride and pick your line, and also know that when you get bumped off of it, that you can kind of let the bike keep rolling, because you're not going to you're not gonna be on your line all the way down this thing. So it's tough, making sure to conserve energy where you can, be light as much as you can because it's chunky and rough all the way down. Then once we get down to the corners, we can talk about like how to make it through some of those as much as we can. But until then, it's just kind of reading the trail, seeing what's coming up, and being light where you can, enjoying it.
All right, what my thought of it too is that people overestimate. They all hear about the rock garden at the bottom, which can sometimes in the past it has turned like a heckle pit, and it definitely is, can be a thing, but it's very short. I don't think it's make or break, but I feel like screwing up every corner on the way down is more dangerous and more time consuming than screwing up the rock garden.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the descent as a whole is at least 10 minutes. You know, it's 10 plus minutes for everybody. So if you take that 30-second piece of it, it's pretty inconsequential as far as that whole descent goes. And it's something that looks pretty tough, but it's not too bad to roll through. There's so many of the corners are way harder than that rock garden itself, and just like more exposed and more risk too, I think, than the corner or than that garden. So
what number one for this? Oh yeah, wow. Oh, first switchback.
yeah,
That, I mean, that one is why don't we do like a quick, just basic, how do you ride a switchback? Because that one's pretty basic. Because I honestly think, like, I mean, growing up where I grew up, like, we still don't have a lot of switchbacks in the Northeast.
yeah, we don't.
So,
Like this trail's pretty unique.
so like, a lot of people don't know how to ride up or down them. I certainly didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And so going up or down, it's, you go wide, and I mean, I don't know if this is, you can put it better, but start out wide, going up or down, and then you look where you want to go. And then just have your like wheel over here, but your eyes over there, and then your wheel just goes there.
Yeah.
And it kind of works out, and that worked for me. Yeah. All right, so we got kind of, this is the first switchback after that rattly run-in, but this one's not nearly as exciting as the other, so give me like the basic, like kind of switchback 101.
Yeah,
descending.
So, coming down switchbacks, a lot of it's, you know, switchbacks are hard. They're even harder when you're coming down Pilot because there's always something in them. You know, as you can see, there's rocks, there's little root step downs, maybe bigger step downs as we get further down. So working with as much space as we can. So generally we're going to want to try to open up and give ourselves room to kind of, you know, work through the apex and come wide in that corner exiting. But on Pilot we have a lot of limitations in that. So we'll really look at exiting the corner, looking where we want to go through that whole corner. So you might actually be kind of turning your whole body really even through that corner, as opposed to, you know, as a wider sweeping corner we'd be focusing more on like leaning the bike. Here you're going to be working more with like rotation to actually get yourself around that corner.
All right, let's see it.
Usually this one shocks you with the
All right, is your body position, it looks pretty centered. You're not getting back, right?
yeah, that's always a big part.
You don't go all the way wide on the rocks, you just stayed on the dirt?
I don't know where I went.
Yeah. You know, so rolling into it, you don't think, okay, so I'm going a little wide on the rocks, avoiding that wheel stuffer. Feel like something's coming up here. Oh, yeah. All right, that's more exciting. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, this definitely, when you stop and look at it, looks more exciting.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
And this, you know, it's like a little bit more rocky, but it really, you know, looking at it kind of visually just directs you where you want to go, with all the rock kind of running parallel to the trail. Like we don't want to be trying to like drop down that and get like kicked sideways. We want to get out around, which luckily like pushes us outside in the corner where we open up and have a good room to turn. If we tried to go inside, you'd end up just like teeing into this corner.
All right, yeah, so way out on the dirt and then wide and looking through the corner. I'm gonna try to ride the inside just to see how goofy it is. All right, so what happens if I go straight? Yeah, then it's just like very jackknifey and uncomfortable. That's not the deal. Yeah, you can do it on that one, but it sucks. Oh, this one's, oh, look at that. All right, so people are gonna want to know, nose pivots on the switchbacks necessary or showing off?
Not necessary, but it can be helpful depending on the switchback. It's not always of benefit, but somewhere like this, you can open yourself up a little bit more to be able to roll through the end and not be like on the brakes in the middle of the corner, which you don't want to be as far as exit speed goes. So being able to come in and kick that rear end out can help sometimes. Yeah.
All right, what is the technique for that? I mean, it is advanced, but
yeah. So coming in, being comfortable with that front brake, not necessarily like fully just like jamming on the front brake. You are using a lot of like getting some good compression before to unweight the bike and let it move a little bit and direct some of it. But there's a lot of elements going into pivoting that rear wheel around a little bit, but having comfort with that front brake's a big part of it.
So what you're saying is try it for the first time ever during the pilot stage.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when there's like one of the corners that has lots of drops in it. That's the one to try it on for the first time. Yeah.
Nice. This is a big slab. So I'm just gonna follow you. You're gonna go super inside. All right, so well, I'm happy to make that myself. It's definitely a little scary. I mean, I'm just like, I'll follow your line. I think you went more of Kerry's line. Like he kind of was more inside than some of the other guys.
Yeah, I would say.
Did you throw a pivot in? Yeah, because I was able to set up like left to right and go wide enough. So, all right.
I feel like going out wide is harder.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
Is this one the hardest? It's the scariest, but
it's the scariest and the most pronounced for sure. I don't know. I feel like it kind of depends on the day.
I think it really helped like following your line and not having to guess coming in. So like that, I think knowing the line on this would help a lot.
Yeah.
Like, so I think people do maybe go too wide, and you really, I mean, it is really grippy rock, and you came like right inside to outside there. And I don't know what you did in the corner, but like I went outside here to outside there. Yeah. pretty easily, because being inside here would not be great.
Not looking very good there.
Yeah, so that is not a good line. All right, so yeah, so you did drop into that hole, but it was really smooth.
I did, yeah.
So I guess it's not that bad. And then you do have like this rock is angled to kind of catch you. So then I imagine, so you're dropping into there, and then do you know which side your front wheel's on here?
Yeah, so I'm on rider's left.
Okay.
I come in and generally kind of drop like still between where the rock has all the scrapes on the top and onto this like second to last rock.
Okay.
Off of it, so.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I need a bigger gear.
Oh, shoot. Oh. Yeah, you did exactly what you said you did. Yeah, so you went outside, rider's left, and then you were able to get back over to that rock.
To start to set up to like this last piece, you kind of have to cut back. You have to cut back across at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, so we did see guys throwing in like the nose pivots on this, but I think if you've set up like you just did, I don't think you need it.
Yeah, I think that's more, the nose pivot's more of like a correctional.
Yeah, like if you came inside and you were kind of stuck here, then
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can open up without putting foot down. And
hypothetical lines look even worse when you look at them from a rider perspective. You know, when you're walking up and you're like, well, you can ride outside or middle or, but nah.
Yeah, right.
There. That was not as good as my first run. I gotta get out my glove. Yeah, I think that I kind of tried to do what you were doing, but for some reason it was harder for me. I don't know why. Little log drop here. Okay, so that one has plenty of dirt. Let's just set up wide. All right, so this one gave people a little bit of grief. Oh,
Yeah.
so.
I almost had a hard time with that one.
Oh yeah, look at that. I understand. Actually, I can understand why people might get screwed up on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely, the people did not have a good success rate on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It's just hard. It's hard to get out far enough, and then this rock's actually moving.
yeah, I mean that rock was my problem. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I had to be wider to avoid that. Or are you kind of trying to go wide enough and then drop to that to go?
Yeah, I think it's
I don't know.
funny because I think this is shifting like more into the trail,
Yeah.
which definitely makes it harder.
Huh.
But yeah, I like kind of getting wide to where you can
Yeah.
get down. But I was like thinking about stopping more than thinking about the corner.
All right, so super wide and then slow over that inside slab.
And that one's just tricky. I think really using, making sure that you're not like too far back and can really use like the range of motion of your body is huge. Again, like we had mentioned dropper post before, like having more ability to control that bike underneath you and not like hitting the end points of range of motion is big for getting down this because you lose control of those end ranges. Yeah, this one's tough. I think it's changing a little bit too. And then it'd be hard to go further out
Yeah.
and actually turn.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're coming to a stop. Yeah, that involves precision, and that cannot be done fast, really.
No.
All right, setting up super high. Whoa, yeah, that's a good place for a jackknife. Oh, this is the sneaky right across the slab. Yeah, I like that. And this one you set up nice and wide. Lots of grip. Oh, nice. Okay. I'm going wide because I don't have to pivot. Oh, this one you can go super wide, right? Yeah. But I don't know if that's necessary. Oh, God. Yes. Oh.
That's a tough one as well.
Yeah, do you want, let's shoot that because there were a couple like it.
Yeah.
But this kind of is like the, kind of typifies the like grippy rock highline move.
It's funny sometimes, like you look at the bottom of it, you're like, wow.
I feel like I just went rider's left and then stayed out on this wide.
Yeah.
And then just, that's what people need to remember too, is like this rock is insanely grippy right now, and in the wet, it's not that slippery.
Yeah.
Like you can still kind of rely on it, not to the same extent, but more than you think. Inside line. Oh, you gotta go super wide there, but
Yeah, I mean,
that was smooth.
it's
I mean,
not too bad.
and that was all the way inside the whole way.
Yeah.
So,
It's just hard to get that exit. A lot of the corners on this trail, like it's really hard to carry any sort of momentum out of the exit. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I will double down on this. All this adds up to way harder than that rock garden we're gonna hit.
Oh yeah.
Like we're gonna spend like 2 seconds on the rock
No
garden.
kidding. Yeah, we'll just
And but this is like if you can't ride like an easy switchback and then you're hitting these things, like you're gonna have a bad day, you know, or slow day.
yeah. Actually really funky.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This one. Yeah. Rattles my brains out. All right. All right, so let's do a quick, let's do a quick rock garden and then we'll be done. So, all right, so give me, so this is the, I call it the overhyped rock garden. I mean, it's a pretty sick rock garden.
Yeah.
You want like 100 of these, go to TSE.
Yeah.
But yeah, but so this is what everyone talk. It's got enough scratches in it. Everyone talks about this rock garden like it's the only thing on Pilot, but
Yeah.
it's not.
It's definitely not. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. It's, you know, it's chunky and it's a little unpredictable. It's not like totally fixed, but I feel like you come through and there's kind of one main line, and that main line then splits, and there's like a short option where there's two, and then it kind of comes right back
Which
together.
is better, the up and over or to the left and low?
I like up and over. If you have the momentum, it seems like it kind of straightens it out, whereas you're turning a little bit more to kind of go around that chunk. But as a whole, it's really depends on how you're coming into it. If you're coming into that straight and set up, then it's great to roll over. If you're like not lined up into it, then it's gonna be hard to get up and over unless you're just carrying wild momentum somehow. There's some bigger holes if you seek them out. For sure, you can find them. But generally, I think kind of on that main strip, it's fairly safe to just kind of like flow through, let your bike do the work, soak it up, be loose. If you're tight, you're probably going to start finding a little bit more holes, or it'll at least feel a little more jarring. But yeah, if you can stay loose and fluid through this, it's pretty straightforward.
See, nothing to it. That's the big choice, is that or this lower line. I say high line. Yeah, so, you know, 4 days into a stage race, towards the end of the stage, you can do that too. Just pin it, keep it pinned. And again, too, if like you screw this up or have to put a foot down, it's not going to cost you as much as walking 15 switchbacks.
And it's really not like that high speed, you know, it's less consequential than a lot of the switchbacks are, for sure.
This is the only rock garden like this in the course, right? In any of the courses? Is there another rock garden like this?
No, not
Because there's
really.
1,000, you know, it's every day you do one in TSE, like 5 of them.
Yeah, so I'll just go up and like ride up and down this stretch to train for TSE.
That one's good. Ooh, I like inside there, that's not. Oh! All right, so Cypress, to summarize, how do we ride switchbacks on Pilot Rock?
Oh,
How do you do that?
hold on, turn hard. Yeah, a lot of it, I mean, making sure that you're in a good body position, looking through those corners, using your brakes well, come in slow and controlled, let the bike roll through things and don't try to like choke it up. So there's a lot of hard switchbacks. There's a couple of easy switchbacks. So those are the fun ones. You can rail those, and the rest you're kind of just finagling your way through. Lots of rockwardness out there for sure.
Yes, sir. All right, thanks, Cypress. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man.